Hi everyone. Oh, that's different. Uh, hmm. Anyway, yeah, okay. This is Tormuse, and I'm picking up where I left off in Doki Doki New Eyes. Going into Act 2. Yeah, I kind of expected things are going to be, like, the menu and stuff is going to be different, because, you know, signifying the game breaking down. Speaking of which, my last recording ended very abruptly. That wasn't my doing. The game shut down. I guess playing into the whole meta aspect of the game breaking down. And it took my recording software down with it, apparently. I mean, I could have edited it and tacked an end thing on the end, I guess, but I figured just better leave it as it was. Interestingly, my save games are still here. But I think if I continue, it's just going to boot me out again. So I think I'm supposed to hit the glitched out new game button here. Not sure. I mean, if Zugadev wanted to keep that whole thing where you have to hit new game again, he could have made it so that the trying to load the game glitches out like it does in the original. I'm not sure why he... Like, the code is already baked in there. Oh, but of course. I was going to say, oh, but the code is already baked in there. You could have just copied that, but of course he can't because he didn't, this whole thing isn't a mod of the game. He took some other rempeg program and just copy-pasted the script in. So, anyway, whatever. Let's just stop rambling and start it again. Let's see where this goes. One more. Uh-oh. I just can't get it right. Throw what I just wrote into the bin. Just can't write a proper poem. The music is lower pitch. I think. It sounds different. It's the same song, but it's different. I guess to signify Yuri's mental breakdown. I don't know for how long I've been writing, but I won't stop until I get something I'm satisfied with. I haven't slept at all. It's not my fault. It just doesn't want to work. I try again, repeating the same ideas I've been thinking about for the last 6 hours. I feel it. I'm almost there. Just a little bit more. Suddenly my phone lights up. I squint my eyes to read the displayed name, Mom. I hesitate for a few seconds before declining the call. Oh. That's different already. I don't have time for this. I won't allow myself to do anything until I finally finish writing. As I write the last sentence, I drop my pen in disbelief. I did it! I read the poem a few times, admiring my work. This time, it's the right one. I can feel it. I sigh with relief as I put the poem in my notebook. A quick glance at the clock indicates that I should hurry up. Put on my school uniform and I grab my cell phone. I can just call Mom back sometime this week. That shouldn't bother her, right? I hurry down the stairs to the living room. I open the window. It's unexpectedly hot outside, and I just feel uncomfortable here. Yet another sweaty day. I grab some food from the fridge. I'd make myself a correct meal if I had the time, but I spent too much of it writing my poem. I have no regrets, though. Giving up isn't part of my personality. I stop by my bookshelf as I keep eating, getting ready to leave my house. I'll be going to the literature club today. Even though I feel exhausted, I'm looking forward to it. I feel like joining this club was a good idea. My life's already much more interesting now that I have something to look forward to. Look at all the books I have on the bookshelf. None of them look that interesting. Except maybe... Portrait Markov? I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of jump scary kind of stuff from this point on. We'll see where this goes. I've read it quite a few times already, but I can't get enough of the story. I always get the same chills, no matter how many times I read the same part. It's always the same. I smile to myself as I grab the book. After stuffing it in my bag and finishing my improvised breakfast, I decide to finally get going. As soon as I step out, I'm overwhelmed by the heat. And again, the same song from the first act, but it's the pitch is lowered. It's a gimmick that Zugadev used in Rain Cloud as well. that I personally actually rather liked. For Sairi, she's getting increasingly depressed over the course of the story, and as she gets more and more depressed, the pitch of the music gets lower and lower, and also the color saturation gets less and less. Like I hope Zagadev has something else in his bag of tricks and he isn't just going to reuse the same effects, but we'll see. Anyway, how can it be so hot this early in the morning? I just want to lay down and rest. I hate this kind of weather. As I keep thinking about how good the world would be without hot weather, I spot a familiar silhouette in the distance. I think I can guess who this is, and of course, just as I expected, I'm guessing it's Natsuki. Yuri! This girl's high-pitched voice resonates in the entire street. Isn't she worried she'll bother everyone else? Way better. Yuri, hi. As usual, she has that cheerful tone of hers. Natsuki and I have always been friends, but we're polar opposites. In fact, I think it'd be better to qualify our relationship as simple acquaintances. Ever since we've started going to the same club together, she's been awfully clingy with me. Not that it bothers me, but I don't think she understands most of the things I enjoy doing. Nor do I understand what she likes. Hello, Natsuki. A bit late, I see. Yeah, not my fault. Don't blame me, I have my circumstances. I shrug. I'm late too, so I'm in no position to blame her. There's an awkward silence before Natsuki finally decides to take the lead. So, shall I get going to school then? Of course. I follow Natsuki, who's happily walking down the street. Hasn't she collapsed already, being so energetic in such hot weather, considering her short physical stature too? The walk to school is full of silence. Natsuki tries to start a conversation one or two times, but it doesn't really work well. Not in the mood for small talk. To be honest, I just want to sleep. Soon enough, the entrance of the school is visible. We make our way to the main yard. Without waiting, I start walking towards my building. I'll see you at the club, Natsuki. She nods and she hurries off to her building. Guess I still have to go through a day of pointless studying before finally getting some rest. Give anything for some quality reading time. Everyone's getting ready to work. I'm the only one that doesn't get my notebook out, and I don't really feel like working right now. I look out the window. The entire school looks so foreign to me. I don't really want to be here at all. If it were just about me, I'd spend my days reading or writing. It were just about me? If it were just about me? Anyway, there's no particular reason to come here. Not really sure of what I would want to do in the future, and the only people I spend time with aren't really my friends. Sure, Natsuki is nice, but she quickly gets annoying. Monika's an interesting person too, but I feel like being the club president makes her feel a little too superior. I sigh. At least I get some time to read, so that's a good thing. After a short moment, I finally decide to get a sheet of paper out. For the last 30 minutes, I've been tracing lines, making an abstract drawing even I can't understand. I'm bored. Truth is, I can't get my book out of my head. I want to read. Now. Increase the pressure I put on the tip of my pen. Is there anything wrong with wanting to leave class? I suddenly jerk my head up. What? I'm the only one in class. Don't tell me. I was so busy scribbling on my paper, I haven't even noticed that everyone had left. On a second thought, I get up, putting all my things in my bag. Oh, okay. I was just thinking, this seems to be trying to establish a new personality for Yuri. Like, first being disinterested in her mom, and apparently she's no longer lifelong friends with Natsuki. And just generally bored and disinterested in everything, but she still spaces out. Okay, anyway, moving on. Time for some reading. As soon as I spot the club door, I feel a surge of relief, just like coming home. However, before reaching it, I hear steps behind me. I let out an exasperated sigh as I turn around. How are you doing, you dummy? I'm searching for you everywhere. I don't think this is any of your business. And who are you calling dummy? Painful look replaces Natsuki's happy expression. It's sort of funny lines like this when there was no change in her expression. But again, he didn't copy over very many expressions or poses from the game when he made this thing. Anyway. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe that sounded harsh. It did. Anyway, is Monika here? I'm hoping she isn't. She probably want to take part in club activities, but I just want to rest and read. Nope, haven't found her either. I'm sure she'll join us soon, though. How disappointing. I walk past Natsuki, finally entering the club room. And this song is lower pitched too. The room is completely empty. I'm soon followed by Natsuki, who immediately finds the need to noisily comment. Ah, feels good to be here. It'd be great to keep it as relaxing as possible. For instance, yelling isn't a good technique. Natsuki sighs and sticks her tongue out. Sorry, Miss Vice President. Could you ever forgive me? I'm not amused by your comment, but I sarcastically chuckle nonetheless. No. Not too bad. She walks over to the closet and starts rummaging through her books. Well, books. I don't think I can call manga proper literature, but if Monica accepts it, I can't go against her will. I sit down at the table and I get my book out of my bag. Portrait of Markov. I've been longing for this moment. I start reading my book and immediately feeling a sense of relief. It isn't long before footsteps can be heard in the corridor. Footsteps. Several footsteps. It's not just Monica. The club door suddenly opens. I'm back. How can you be back if you weren't here for a first time, anyway? Or maybe she means back for the Act 2? And I brought guests with me. I jerk my head up. Eh? A guest? The person she's talking about is standing behind her. I can't really see them from here, though. Who could you be talking about? We don't need new members. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Tormuse. The boy Monica was talking about, Tormuse, steps forward. His gaze, his eyes, just, what is this? I can't focus on my book anymore. Those beautiful red eyes, that intense stare, his delicate face. Looking at him makes my heart hurt. I want to do something now. I want to get up and talk. I don't want what I'm feeling to go away. My body feels incredibly hot, like I'm being pierced by 1,000 needles. Why? That was kind of neat, the color becoming even more saturated as opposed to color getting desaturated in rain clouds. Anyway, now it slows down a little. I felt like I was stuck in time, staring at his face. I shake my head. What am I thinking? This is a little weird, isn't it? At least he didn't notice. Natsuki suddenly decides to start a discussion and chuckles. Feels like time is flowing again. Decide not to stare at Tormuse. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? Monica's boyfriend? Since when does Monica have a boyfriend? What? No, I'm not. Oh, of course. Natsuki's immediate assumptions. Natsuki. Clearly embarrassed, Monica decides to join the conversation. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. I nod at Tormuse, trying to look as confident as possible. My body doesn't want to obey, though. It's nice to meet you. My voice is shaking a little. I'm merely looking at him makes my heart race faster than it ever has. What's happening? Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Tormuse in the classroom, and he decided to come and check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica. Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. Oh, that's right. Natsuki was planning on making some cupcakes for some possible new members. I guess I could help make Tormuse feel a little more comfortable. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Tormuse? He stands there for a few seconds, looking around him. It appears he isn't too sure what to do. He finally decides to sit down next to Monica. I stop looking at everyone else, and I walk to the closet where the tea set is kept. Take a look into the kettle. Seems like there isn't any water left. I guess I'll have to go and fill it then. Kettle in hand, I walk to the club door. Were all these details necessary? Yeah, I'm curious. The history. Yeah, just I thought. Yeah, the history. It wouldn't go back to Act 1 because I hit new game and not load. Anyway. Glance behind me. Tormuse is cheerfully talking with Monica and Natsuki. I don't want to be the only one to leave the room. I'm a little jealous, to be honest. I shake my head and I exit the club room. I can still hear them talk inside the room. I quickly walk to the nearest fountain, trying to ignore this constant feeling I'm currently having. I'm uneasy. It's not the bad type of uneasy, quite the contrary, actually. I start filling the kettle. Without noticing, my hands clutch around the edges of the sink harder and harder. God, take a shot. I want to talk to him. I nod to myself. I'll do it. I'll do my best to talk to him. Something compels me to learn more about him for some reason. Soon enough, the kettle is full and I go back to the club room. They're still talking. Aren't they even a little concerned about waiting for me? I sigh as I open the door. I quickly prepare some tea. I hope Tormies will like it. I walk back to the table and I put a teacup in front of everyone. Tormies' smile as I give him his teacup makes my heart skip a beat. Keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... I meant that, you know. I look away, trying not to stare at Tormies' confused look. Just who does she think she is? This is just mean. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. I try to smile to him to show my appreciation. Smile to him? Maybe smile at him, maybe? Feel a sudden surge of determination. I can't contain myself anymore. I want to talk to him. It doesn't matter if the others want to, after all, if they had their time while I was making some tea. So, Tormies, what kinds of things do you like to read? Manga. Oh. I'm a little disappointed by his answer, to be honest. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. I wipe my eyes as I hear Tormies' statement. Would he really be willing to take the time to start reading? For me? After a short silence, he clears his throat. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? So he's interested in what I like. You know, like, little comments and like this, just... Sorry. Again, I'll stop complaining, move on. For some reason my heart hurts even more. It's almost painful. Well, let's see. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. There's so many possibilities in writing stories. Some people write because they want to convey emotions, others because they want to create their own world. In my opinion, both reading and writing are two incredibly beautiful occupations. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that text was copy-pasted from the Act 1. Interesting thing, Sukadev did add a few lines in there for the bit where in the original story it says Yuri carries on. In this, he actually made her carry on. I feel like this is a missed opportunity to have this section in the middle be a little different this time around. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, but it looks like he copy pasted what he added from Act 1. I read a horror book once. Monica stops me with one of her comments. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? I ignore what she just said. What does she mean by suits my personality anyway? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, her eyes dart over to Tormies. What is she's so embarrassed about? She's scared he'll judge her? Not sure he'd be the type of person to do that, honestly. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looks like you're working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give it back! Natsuki angrily snatches the poem from Monika's hands. Childish behavior. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess, sometimes. Why do you care? Tormies is now completely focused on Natsuki. I guess her conversation is over then. As disappointed as I am, I had some time to talk to him. But I want more. I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. You wouldn't like them. For once, I think I can understand Natsuki's overly exaggerated behavior. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example for it and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Just what is Monica thinking? Making all kinds of embarrassing comments and intervening in my discussions. Being club president doesn't give her the right to do that. I feel quite irritated by her behavior. Maybe I should tell her about it at some point. I'm sure she can understand. Suddenly Monica snaps her fingers. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Huh? Natsuki and I stare at Monica with a quizzical look. Don't like the look on her face. What is she planning? Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Wait, in fact, this could end up being a good idea. If we all write poems, that means Tormius will show us what he can do too, right? Then I'd be able to talk to him more, and maybe I'd be able to share some of my knowledge with him. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I did do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Tormuse? I expectantly stare at him. My chest tightens a little. I don't care if this is ridiculous. I don't want to go against my feelings. Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made a decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, he stops talking, obviously bothered. So that's how it is. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Truth is, we need a fourth member. First I thought it was necessary in order to make our club official. But after spending a bit of time with our new member, with Tormuse, no, I don't want him to leave just because I don't want him to leave just because we need a new member. It's... I don't know. It feels a little weird that she doesn't acknowledge that they need the new member until this point. When a few minutes ago she was saying how they don't need a new member. I don't know. It's it just sort of weirdly feels like it's put in as an afterthought instead of being part of the continuum of the story and of Yuri's thought process. Never mind. I'm rambling. I'm gonna go on. Don't want to let him go because I want to look at him. I want to let him go because I want to look at him some more. It's not wrong, is it? I'm not hurting anyone. I shake my head to focus on what Monica is saying. Hopefully she'll be able to make him stay. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Tormuse. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. If we don't find one more before the festival... Looks like there's an ongoing debate inside Tormuse's head. Please stay. Don't know why I feel so emotionally invested in this cause, but I want him to stay. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Having a hard time hiding my excitement. Monica, thank you. My heart feels like it's about to explode. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Tormuse? By the way, note, she says, oh my goodness, not oh my god. That's because it's canon dialogue. Yeah, could be fun, right? Let her just sigh, and I smile at Tormuse without holding back. You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I'd be super pissed. Tormuse, I'm so happy. You can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Gently smiles at Tormuse. I get a chill down my spine. Tormuse, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah, he stands there not saying anything before finally grabbing his bag that's been sitting on the floor. Guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. Tormuse turns around and exits the room. Monica sighs and turns towards Natsuki and me. So how's this? Are they still going to have a little outing right now? How's this going to play out? Sure feels empty now. Indeed. Everything felt much more lively while he was here. I'm glad he joined. I was sure he'd join. He didn't really have any other choice. What about you, Natsuki? Looks like you weren't too bothered by his presence now, were you? Well, I mean, I don't hate him, but I don't know. We'll see later, alright? But before that, I think there are still a few things we have to take care of. Natsuki points at the tea set still on the table. Guess I have to clean it, considering I'm the one who made the tea. I'll do it. Thanks, Yuri. While I start putting all the teacups in the tray, I notice Natsuki looking out the window. Aren't there better things she could do? Like helping me, for instance? Walk out of the club room carrying a tray full of teacups. Hold on a second, I need to pause the recording for a moment. I have to refresh my water. I walk out of the club room carrying a tray full of teacups. Put the tray on one side of the sink, I start cleaning the teacups one by one. The corridor is completely silent. Feels like the club is lacking something. Feels less cheerful. However, I'm sure everything will get a bit more interesting since Tormes is going to be joining us. I have no doubts about that. As I clean the cups, I suddenly stop, staring at one in particular. Tormes. He didn't finish his tea? I look around me. It'd be a shame to let it go to waste, right? I drink up the rest of his tea and proceed to clean it as well. Done. Put the teacups back on the trail. Oh. Sorry. Turn around to go back to the club route. Back on the trail? Oh, maybe it's supposed to say tray? Is that some kind of weird autocorrect? I put the teacups back on the trail. I'm sure I was supposed to say tray. It's a weird typo if you added 2 letters, you know? Maybe Sugita was typing it in his phone and it auto-corrected or something. But yeah, I thought there was going to be more made of this. The fact that she has Tormes' teacup or MC's teacup. Anyway, moving on. Seems like I've tripped over something. I wasn't careful enough. Get on my feet and I look on the ground. Broke some cups. Spot a red stain near one of the glass shards. Blood? Glance at my hand. There's a big cut in my palm. Blood is dripping on the floor. This feels unexpectedly pleasant. I pick up one of the shards. Oh. Just a test. I just want to see if what I'm feeling now is due to this or something else. I'm chuckling. Oh, that's neat. The music's speeding up now. Feels so good I want to laugh. This is ridiculous, insane, but I can't say no to my own feelings, right? They exist for a reason. But what if someone sees me? I'll take care of that later. I slowly start feeling normal again. This wonderful feeling surely won't last long then. How disappointing. I wonder what Tormes would say. As soon as I think about it, my heart skips a beat. I have no time for this. Bend down to pick up the mess I just made. The cuts in my palm aren't too deep, so they shouldn't be too visible. Throw the broken teacups in a nearby bin, and I walk back to the club with what's left of the tea set. As I enter the room, Monica greets me with a smile. Well, you took your time. Thinking about Tormes? Oh, come on. Don't say that. It just sounds weird. I'm kidding. Anyway, girls, I was thinking, since we still have a bit of time, why don't we all hang out together? There's the H word. There's some place I wanted to go. I think you'd enjoy it. Don't really feel like going out in this weather, but seeing Monica's happy expression, I can't really say no. Maybe going out will help me better understand what I'm feeling. I'd love to. Where are you taking us? It's a surprise. Unfair. Why don't you tell us? Natsuki, stop being childish and just wait a little. Her voice is so loud I get a headache whenever she speaks. She's a nice person, but she needs to learn how to stay calm. You. Alright, sure. For a second, it looked like Natsuki was about to shout at me. Maybe I'm a tad too harsh. I'm just trying to make her behave slightly more mature, after all. Monica grabs her bag and I do the same. We exit the room and we head straight for the schoolyard. The sun is still shining. Still the low-pitched music again. Still as uncomfortable as this morning, if not even hotter. Monica and Natsuki look like they're enjoying themselves, though. So, Monica, where are we going? Before I get the time to process what I just said, I know it's coming. Natsuki never misses an occasion for revenge. Well, Yuri, seems like you're the curious one now. I'm merely asking because I need to know which direction to take, not because I want to fulfill my never-ending desire for pointless knowledge. Ha! Susie, please. I turned to Monica. So, where are we heading? Haha, just follow me, alright? I promise it's not far from here. I sigh and I nod at Monica. We follow her out of the school grounds and we take a left turn. She leads us into a small alley. I've got to admit that despite the insanely hot weather and the mess that's going on inside my head, this sight is relaxing. Cherry blossoms sure are something. The three of us just stand there looking at all the falling petals. Natsuki's the first one to break the silence. This is magnificent. I know. It feels a bit different being here, like we're not part of such a big artificial world anymore. Well, the world isn't all artificial. There are a lot of things to enjoy, you know. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess you're right, in a way. Monica turns to Natsuki and grins. So, Natsuki. Huh? What is it? I think we have a talk to finish, right? About Tormuse? Oh, come on, cut me some slack. He's only been there for a day. What do you expect me to say? They changed my life or something? Actually, a day is enough to start feeling something about someone, you know? Hey now, what kind of stuff are you saying? Just what are you implying? God, take a shot. Monica, can't you just let us enjoy a bit of fresh air without trying to talk about this kind of stuff? It's really annoying, you know. I'm sorry. Maybe that sounded weird. Don't be so angry, Natsuki. And you, Yuri? You haven't said much about what you think of Tormuse. That's the question I was fearing. Well, no need to hold back. It's obvious that you like him. Come on, don't speak on my behalf, Monica. As I was saying, I think he'd be a valuable member of the club. He sounds really motivated. I'm sure he'll enjoy learning more about literature. And on a personal scale? On a personal scale? Suddenly realized what she means. Monica, stop this. I don't know why you're being so inquisitive. One thing's for sure, it's making both Natsuki and myself feel extremely uncomfortable. My, sorry. I see. Well, I don't really get why you two are acting this way, but I guess it'll make sense at some point. I'll let you two enjoy a bit of free time. I have quite a lot of things to take care of. Alright. See you tomorrow. Oh, and don't forget to write a poem. I really want to see what you can come up with. I sigh and I nod. Natsuki waves at her, and Monica finally exits the alley, leaving us alone. There's an awkward silence. If Natsuki's still here, why did you take her off the screen? I mean, this mod has the barest minimum of, like, posing and expression changes, not to mention positioning. But having the person on the screen is how you signify that they're in the scene. But whatever. Anyway, there's an awkward silence. I'm feeling conflicted. On one hand, I've discovered things that could potentially change my life today. On the other hand, I have friends who are counting on me and I'm behaving badly towards them. Indeed, despite Monica's insistent questioning, I ended up realizing how harsh I've been to Natsuki. I take a deep breath. Sorry. Huh? Why are you sorry? I've been mean today. Sorry. Oh. That doesn't really matter. Deep down, I know you're a reasonable person, Yuri. I can understand if you're in a bad mood or... Oh no, I'm not in a bad mood. Not at all. Touch the little scar on my palms. I think about Tormi's scar, not the cut. Like... She might... I guess she does have super healing factor. It's not explicitly stated anywhere, but... there are a number of references to how quickly she heals. So, and I guess, I don't know, maybe this is an alternate universe where everyone has super healing. Or maybe it's just, Yuri just has had super healing all her life and it doesn't seem unusual to her, so she doesn't comment on it. All these headcanons. Anyway, moving on. No, this is just the beginning of my good mood, after all. But for that, I need to know. I was wondering, what is it exactly that you feel for Tormuse? Listen, Yuri, I don't... It doesn't matter, I just want to know, alright? I like to know because... So your apologies weren't even real, were they? You know what? Fine, here's what I think. Tormuse is a really interesting person, and I want to talk to him more. Whether you like it or not, I'll talk to him. I've seen the look on your face. I know you were longing to speak with him, and I've done my best to support you, but right now, you're behaving like a selfish person, and that's just low. I'm selfish. So now the song's even lower pitch. How pathetic. Would you look at yourself? I need this more than you do. I'm sorry, did you say something? What is this music now? Okay. So again, it's just even lower pitched. I'm boiling with anger. What Natsuki just said was mean, even more than I hit the button too quickly. Even more than what I said today. This discussion is over. Have a good evening. Before I turn around, Natsuki stops me. No, I'm sorry, alright? I'm sorry. I want to forgive her, but what I'm feeling deep down, I turn around not to say another word. I hear Natsuki calling for me behind, but I don't stop. Right now, I need to clear my head. Today, I ended up being too much for me to handle, and I barely slept. I need some rest. I don't feel like staying in the street or looking at everything. What just happened is on me. Sorry, I think No, I didn't miss anything. What just happened is on me. I feel guilty, but even though I feel this way, I still can't bring myself to forget those feelings of pure ecstasy. I want to see tour muse more, and I want to feel good again. I need to take some time to think about this. I sigh as I drop my bag on the floor. Alright, I'm fine. It's fine. No, I'm not fine. I'm feeling horribly bad. I sit down on the couch and I bury my face in my hands. What I did today wasn't good. Cutting myself? Sure, it feels good, and sure, I'd love to do it again. I can't say no to my feelings, but that'd be insane. And I'm a sane person, am I not? So I have to stop. Okay, I'm stopping. I'm just going to focus on how to improve my relationships. I'll have to talk with Natsuki and Monica, and I'll have to get closer to Tormuse. I have to. Now that he's in the club, I can't just let him slip away. Even if that makes me selfish. What am I supposed to do now? I can't just apologize to Natsuki after leaving her alone like that. I'll apologize later in the evening. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Now then, maybe I should write a poem. I open my bag to grab a sheet of paper. Oh, I have no more paper in my bag. I guess I'll find some in the office then. There must be a stack of paper somewhere. Yeah, I was ready to comment on the fact that she didn't stop by the mall this time to pick up the knife for her dad's collection. But I guess now she has another excuse to go in the office. I get up from the couch and I walk to the office door. I push open the door. It isn't locked. I thought there was a comment that it's always locked. She keeps it locked. Huh? Ah, why is it so dark here? I swear I left the blinds open though. Squint my eyes to adapt to the dark. Oh, that's interesting. That's Sayuri's hanging body there. Can't quite make out the rest of the background. What? I swear I can see something in the dark. Can't make out what it is though. I fumble to find the switch. For some reason I feel my heartbeat getting faster and faster. Something's about this situation is unsettling. Finally I find the switch to open the blinds. I sigh. Of course, an unnecessary concern. Since I haven't slept last night, I must be seeing things and overreacting to them. That would explain the way I spoke to Natsuki and Monica, right? That wouldn't explain what I'm feeling. No amount of sleep would make me feel something that strong. Sleep deprivation generally doesn't bring good feelings. I grab a few sheets of paper from the desk and I turn around. I want to leave this room as fast as possible. I feel incredibly uneasy. As I open the door to the living room, I spot something from the corner of my eye. Ah, the knife collection. It's been a while since I bought a new one. I feel a sudden urge to take a look at them. Half of me wants to, but half of me just wants to leave this room as quickly as possible. I actually get a choice in it? I mean, I have a feeling if I leave the room, she's just going to go cut herself anyway, and this is probably just like a fake-out choice, like in Rain Clouds, where you get the choice about whether to commit suicide or not at the end, but it doesn't matter which one you choose. Sayuri kills herself either way. So yeah, I'm just going to click this one to get it over with. I'll just look for a few seconds. It's just a few seconds. Nothing's wrong with that, right? I walk over to where the collection lies. Knives are all here, meticulously aligned on the shelves. So many of them, all so sharp and beautiful. I feel my muscles twitch. My chest tightens. Okay, I've seen enough. I'll exit this room now. Close the door behind me, making sure to lock it. Locked it this time. Maybe this can be seen as paranoia, but I don't want to risk anything. With my sheet of paper in hand, I walk back to the couch. I sit down and I make myself comfortable as I start writing a few words. I just can't bring myself to make correct syntaxes and artistic styles no matter what I do. He's in my head. Tormuse, his smile is stuck in my head. Always. I don't want it to stop, but I want it to stop. I can't concentrate. I stare at what I just wrote with a look of disgust. Tendrils in my hair. Yeah, okay. This is Ghost Under the Light. Vanilla poem. It's not good enough. How am I supposed to show Tormuse my poems if I write like this? Just have to hope you'll like it. This is the best I can do for now. I think a good night's sleep will do me some good. Everything will be better tomorrow. Today was a busy day. I'll make sure this doesn't happen again. I lay down on my back, looking at the ceiling, and I close my eyes. Immediately feel my body relax. I've been missing sleep. Until my very last moment of consciousness, my mind is still focused on one thing, on one face. Oh. Huh? I swear I just heard something. I open my eyes. It's pitch black. I only hear the sound of my heartbeat. I don't want to move. What was that noise? A door? Is anyone in my house? Can't be Mom, she's away. Concentrate on my surroundings, trying to make up for the lack of light around me. Focus as hard as I can to listen. I can hear something. Footsteps? Somebody's in my house, that's for sure. If I don't move, maybe they won't see me. Like maybe they're a dinosaur. Just like Jurassic Park. Although it's established in the Jurassic Park canon that that's not actually a thing. It depends whether you go by the books or the movies. Moving on. This some kind of punishment for what I did today? No, fate and punishments are nothing but a superstition. I have to stay calm. Everything will be fine. Think of Tormuse. I breathe slowly. The footsteps have now stopped. Yuri. I don't know what voice to use. Yuri, help me. It hurts. Please help me. Don't let... So is that Sayuri coming back to haunt her? Don't let her. Wake up, Yuri. It's time to go. I'm waiting for you. Come on, I want to speak to you more. Tormuse, what's he doing here? I slowly open my eyes. My muscles hurt. It feels like I've been tense all night long. My head hurts too. I slept through the entire night though, didn't I? I look around me. I hear Tormuse's voice. I get up. Sorry. You say you hear him? I hear Tormuse, but not past tense, but present tense. I hear Tormuse's voice. I get up from the couch and I walk around the living room looking for him. Tormuse? No answer. He told me to wake up. He told me he wanted to talk to me. That wasn't a dream, was it? I really heard it. Come on, stop hiding. Stop hiding. Silence. So he's not here. Fine. See him at school today, right? He'll be there. We'll spend some time together. I sigh as I lazily walk to the bathroom. I need a shower to clear my thoughts. And here I thought a good night's sleep would make me forget. If anything, taking a shower gave me more time to think. I can see clearly now, his face. It's not an obsession. Is this love? It surely is. People feel like that all the time when they're in love. I'm fine, I just need to see him. Okay, let's do this. Stay calm and composed. It doesn't matter if I think about everything as long as I stay quiet. I nod to myself as I grab my bag. I check its contents to make sure the poem is still there. I finally make my way out of my house. It feels incredibly repetitive. Like this is always the same scene. Same ambience, same place, same weather, same school days. Not anymore. Not with Tormuse around. I chuckle as I think about all the possibilities within my reach. I could just get closer to him. Just a little. Maybe we'd be able to share poems and literature. Hold on a second. Is there an extra line in there? Okay. Thought I saw something flash on the screen there. Your poems in literature. I hesitate for a few seconds before turning around and dashing into my house again. I walked to the bookshelf in which I took my book yesterday. I'll pick one for Tormuse. If we're going to get closer, then we better have something to talk about, and I think I've got just what I need. After a few minutes of rummaging through all my books, I finally find the one I was looking for. And again, something flashed on the screen again. Surely he'll love it, glitch text. Oh wait, sorry, yet another copy of Portrait of Zaz. I don't know if I'm right, but I think he mentioned he read a horror book once before. I hope he'll enjoy this one. I'm sure he will. If he doesn't, I'll keep trying. I smiled to myself, proud of my choice. I walked back out. As I walk down the stairs leading to the street, I spot someone in the distance, exactly like yesterday. Same place, same time. Natsuki's late again. This time I'm the first one to run into her. I grab her by the shoulders. Oh, God! Take a shot. Natsuki! Don't scare me like that, Yuri. For God's sake! Take a shot. What's wrong with you lately? Looks like she's still upset about yesterday. I take a deep breath. I'm apologizing for real this time. No back thoughts. I need to do what's right. About yesterday. Yesterday's in the past. You said it yourself. The discussion is over. Stop being so childish and listen to what I have to say. She lets out an exasperated sigh and she motions me to keep going. What happened yesterday was on me. And I know I haven't been reasonable. But you have to understand. Okay, you caught me. I'd love to spend more time with Tormuse. So I'm just asking you not to tell anyone else. And I want to apologize. I've said mean things. You probably won't forgive me for what I said, and I won't forget the way you behaved. But I think as proper human beings, it is our duty to behave correctly, to be role models for each other. I have a weird feeling as I mention role model. Oh. So does she remember her actual personality? Yeah. It raises questions of like how much of her personality is rewritten, and how much is going to change. I don't know. Let's move on. See where this goes. Have I heard this mentioned somewhere before? Please forgive me. Natsuki does her signature for an extended period of time before finally flashing me a compassionate smile. Alright, I'll forgive you. I can understand what you're feeling. But don't forget that I exist too. I have feelings. So let's not fight over someone. Just be natural and see how things go. After all, as friends, we have to support each other. I immediately frowned. Somehow I don't really want to be seen as her friend. Acquaintances. Excuse me? We're not really friends. We're like acquaintances. Oh, I see. I understand. Let's just go then. We'll be late for school. I glanced at my phone. Indeed, we're already running late. I lead the way, not saying another word. I know this is incredibly harsh, and I know Natsuki wants friends, but as I've already established, we don't like the same things. We're not on the same wavelength, unlike Tormuse and me, for example. So I prefer being honest and telling her the truth. Natsuki's silent too. She doesn't... Oops, gosh darn it. She doesn't even try to start a conversation. We finally reach the school grounds. I'll be going then. Sure thing. I wave at her. She freezes and she stares at my hands for a few seconds. Yuri? Can you explain why there are scars on your palm? Yeah, these scars, not cuts. Even though it's less than a day ago. Oh, right, my super healing factor. Sorry. I glance at my hand. Indeed, 2 large scars can be seen there. Oh, that's nothing. I just made some food. That didn't sound very convincing. This is none of your business. Why would I tell you anything? Take care of your own issues. Leave me alone. You can't possibly understand why I did this, so stop trying. Leave me alone. I understand. I'll see you at the club then. See you later. And this song again, also lower pitch. As soon as Natsuki turns around, I let out a heavy sigh. I panicked. I don't even know what kind of excuse I'd put it out, but it seems like she was convinced. I walked towards my own building too. Classes have started a few minutes ago. I stop in front of the door. I hear some talking inside. Classes have already started and there's an ongoing lesson. I can do this. I knock on the door and I enter. All the stares are directed towards me. My chest tightens. Think about Tormuse. Think about him. His face fills my mind. As I'm walking towards my desk, it's like the only thing I can see is him. Around me, inside me, everywhere. I sit down. I'm just staring blankly at my table. In fact, I'm not really looking. This is beyond simple vision. I'm feeling things. Can't describe it. I can't understand it, but it feels like my entire body is hot and tense, like I can't control myself. My fingers are slightly shaking. I want to see Tormuse. I need to get closer to him. I rest my head on my desk. Noisy, so noisy. My mind won't stop. I don't want it to. More. Love does weird things. It's painful and relaxing, chaos and peace. So at the same time, I focus on my breath to try to calm down. My eyelids slowly become heavy, and before I know it, I fell asleep in the middle of the class. I yawn, trying not to make any noise. I raise my head to look around me. Well, the students are already hurrying out of the classroom. I glance at the clock. And now, I can go to the club now. Tormuse may be here already. I can talk to him. Maybe the others aren't even there yet. Quickly grab my things and I exit the room as fast as possible. I run to the stairs and I immediately walk up a few steps. However, a familiar voice calls me. I turn around. No running in the corridors, Yuri. Are you in a hurry? I feel my fists clench. Why now of all times? I smile nonetheless. Oh, I just wanted to go to the club. I'm excited about reading my book. Is that so? Are you sure you don't? Yes, I'm sure. I'll see you later. They've sounded aggressive, but I don't want to lose any more time. I run up the stairs. I stop in the corridor, trying to listen inside the room. No noise. Is Tormuse in there? My heart skips a beat. He may be reading, and if he's alone, then he's not making any noise. Hey, heartbeat sound. That's a familiar motif. Okay. I'm doing this. I've been wanting this for too long. I can't back down now. I open the door. Tormuse? Hello? I'm thinking maybe we could... A quick glance around the room indicates that I'm the only one here. I sit down on the ground, not saying a word. I'm disappointed, frustrated maybe, angry. I wanted to see him. Feels like I'm lacking something, like I'm not breathing fresh air. Why did he stay for such a short period of time yesterday? I suddenly hear the club door open behind me. And she's sitting on the floor. I get up, trying to look as calm as possible. I thought you wanted to read? Oh, of course. I was just resting. Your behavior is strange, Yuri. Something's wrong. Just feel free to tell me, alright? I mean, you don't really have to, because I know everything. Oh, that's neat. New expression. I know what you're feeling. Don't forget, I'm taking care of this. Calm down. Don't spend too much time thinking about Tormuse. It may end up hurting you. I'm sorry, but you 5D5 vouds 4577 $. Random characters. It's just also glitch text. Glitch text. I don't know for how long I've been sitting here, waiting. I have a knot in my stomach. What if someone enters now? What will they think? I struggle to get back on my feet and I sit at my table. I feel dead without Tormuse. I barely talk to him, but I just can't get him out of my head. I suddenly hear some steps outside, some voices. Monica and Natsuki? Two of them enter the room. I don't greet them as I've already seen them today, but Natsuki nods when our eye gazes meet. Looks like she's in a good mood. Door opens once again. Eyes widen as I see him walking in. Before I can greet him, Monica stands up and does so. Hi again, Tormuse. Okay, and before we get into the proper next day, I think this is a good time to save and end this recording. Is approaching an hour. Yeah, okay, so so far, yeah, I've got some glitch effects going on. We got some Yuri having very different personality this time around. That's cool. I still stand by what I said before in the previous video that Sugita's writing is strongest when he just does his own thing and doesn't try so hard to tie it to the original canon, or Raincloud's canon for that matter. That little stream of consciousness moment that Yuri had, sort of along the same line as what she had in the previous video, like immediately previous. Excuse me. Yeah, like not that I'm saying like stream of consciousness thinking, writing, or whatever is better necessarily. It's just I'm just saying that as an example I mean, okay. I'm trying to think how to express my thoughts on this. Okay, on a very general level, media is more enjoyable if it makes you feel something. Like whether you're talking about a book or a video game or a movie or visual novel, it's more memorable if it makes the audience feel something. It should make the audience feel something, whether it makes them laugh or makes them cry, it makes them angry, it makes them, or if it's just something cute, or if it's horrific, or if it's, whatever. And so, like, those stream of conscious moments where Yuri's getting all intense, it's like it's emotional. It helps you feel it along with her, and that's the memorable part. The rest of the mod up to that point, like for the most part, is just it's just canon dialogue copy pasted in with reactions thrown in, which I don't feel like they add much. It's not the level of tediousness that Raincloud's was, but honestly, as much as this is an improvement on Raincloud's, I still didn't find it really engaging. But those moments where Yuri's feeling things and expressing how she feels, I find that more engaging. It's just more interesting than just having the same tired old events play out and just have her react to them. Especially when a lot of the internal monologue lines are just really redundant things that are just there to either justify what she's saying, or it expresses what she's about to say before she says it, or comments on what she said after she said it. It's like, yeah, there's just a lot of redundant lines in there that could be cut out and never missed. I mean, and yeah, like I said, like there always have to be like connective tissue bits in between the emotional parts, but this could do us a bit of picking up the pace, in those in between bits. That's my opinion anyway. Yeah, and what? Okay, a couple other things. I'm going to ramble a lot. A couple other things I wanted to comment on. One thing I wanted to comment on in the previous video, but I got cut off by the game suddenly shutting off. Excuse me. Was the when Yuri was going through her little emotional roller coaster, and she makes that comment about everything running through her head. that's a phenomenon I expressed in Storm, actually. Well, in the epilogue, I should say, for anyone who stayed after the credits and followed the link. That sort of intensity of all the everything running through was that's something I can really identify with, and that's something I can relate to. So that probably contributes to that being a part that's engaging for me. But and on the flip side, part of what makes the rest of it not feel engaging is the lack of certainty about what people's character, what their characters are. And again, this comes with Sugadev trying to tie this to the original canon, but trying to put his own twist on it. I mean, it's fine if you want to put his own twist on it. It's fine for him to have his own headcanons about what the characters are like. But, like, having it so obviously... what am I trying to say? Having his new lines adjacent to the canon dialogue makes the contradictions really apparent, and I can see some of his lines. He tries to smooth it over and make it seem like, no, they're not contradictions. They're just, like Natsuki just acts different around MC. But there are a number of places where the cracks show, and it's like it just feels like he's really reaching to justify it, and it makes me feel a lack of confidence about where the mod is going. That's what it is, I think. Okay, because because a lot of what generates interest in the mod as I'm playing through it is wondering, oh, where's this going? Where's he going with this? It's like the feeling of impending, like something is going to happen. This feeling like it's going to build to something, and like, if you have confidence in the writer's ability to build to something suitably climactic, then it can be exciting and interesting and engaging. But when I see, like, again, the cracks in the illusion of this new canon, I guess, it makes me feel unconfident about his ability to write an engaging story, and then I don't feel as confident about is this building to something, like, and it's harder. It makes it harder to feel engaged with it and feel like I want to see where this is going with, and so on. I don't know. I'm really rambling here. I'm just trying to find a way to articulate what I'm feeling. It's because it's as I'm going, like, I've already gone through all of Act 1 and all the videos so far. It's just this niggling feeling in the back of my head, like something feels off. Something feels like there's something about the mod which makes it less enjoyable. I'm trying to put my finger on it, and I don't want it to sound okay. Like, I don't want it to sound like, oh, I'm just belittling the competition because I also made a Yuri point of view mod, and I also don't want it to come across as like, oh, I don't like it because I would have done it differently. I mean, because I did do it differently. Like, it's its own thing. It's its own story. And he's allowed to do it differently. I'm just trying to find ways to articulate like why it feels off or why it doesn't connect in the way I'd like it to. You know, I hope I'm making sense. I feel like I'm rambling a lot, and I'm well over an hour into this thing now. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on this. I've prattled on enough. I think that's enough for this recording. So I'm just going to wrap this up for real and say until next time.